What's up, everybody, and welcome to Badurday Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 1990 directorial debut of B-movie legend Wings Hauser from our good friends at PM Entertainment, Coldfire. Technically starring himself, the cast of 21 Jump Street, and McGruff the Crime Dog. The movie opens on what appears to be a patient in some kind of mental hospital. They're subjecting him to some really interesting sound and visuals. I mean, who wouldn't want to open a film like this? Okay, that guy. Duly noted. We cut to some guys hanging out in a sewer when in walks Johnny Dove, who is apparently the youngest gangster in the world. Nice of Johnny Dove's dad to loan him his suit. These guys want Johnny to sell their hot new drug, Coldfire, to all his fellow students back at the nursery.
This is Coldfire, Johnny Dove. This stuff will lift you up, spin you around, and set you back down an hour later with a mind as clear as cold Russian vodka. Yeah. It's tailor-made for the students of the 90s.
After calling himself an idiot, Johnny drinks the Coldfire.
Nobody ever accused me of being a genius. Now, did they?
We then cut to Wings, who is participating in the cheapest sex scene in film history.
I am so hot. Are you hot? I got my hand on my pussy and I'm ready to come if you want to make me come all over myself.
Looks like Wings was 20 years ahead of the Me Too movement.
So don't sit there and give me this shit about sexually provoking the guy, because it doesn't matter. If I was dry humping the fender, stark raving naked, he had no right to touch me.
And apparently saw Trumpism coming as well.
Look, that son of a bitch comes in here like every other minority and they get whatever they want. Do you know why, Channing? I'm going to tell you why. Because no company wants some discrimination lawsuit on their ass, that's why. So it's a lot easier just to hire them and shut them up, isn't it?
Full of shit. You are the biggest bigoted man I've ever met in my life.
I work with you, don't I? I voted for Dukakis. Who'd you vote for?
Jesse.
At this point, every line of dialogue in the police station has been shouted, so I have to assume this is some sort of artistic choice on Wings' part. Could they fit any more people into this office? Wings then gives us his review of 21 Jump Street.
Okay, anyway, these guys have been working as partners undercover at Hilton High since April.
As what?
Since April.
I know, as what?
Since April. They're posing as students at Hilton High School, where they have heavy drug traffic, okay?
The chief wants one of these senior officers to help these guys with their drug bust at the local high school. Sergeant Dix and the Jump Street crew are setting up for the bust.
All right, give me a little test. Say something. 10-4-1-M-12, Roger. Don't fuck around. You understand me? Now do it right or die, punk.
Jump Street's here to buy drugs from Johnny Dove, and I think their undercover bust is going really well.
No, we wouldn't let you down. You guys remember my partner, Nick Frankie, right?
God damn it.
What's up with you, home piss? You think you're fierce, man? You ain't fierce. I'm fierce.
Johnny makes a run for it, but Sergeant Dix doesn't have a high school crime level, so he goes straight maniac cop.
What about your fucking head? Come on! Come on! I said come on!
Johnny hulks out. So Dix ensures he's never gonna dance again.
What the fuck you doing, man? It's a fucking kid! How the fuck did you do that? What the fuck you thinking of, Dix?
With Johnny Dove dead, they've got no case.
Yeah, but what about our case?
Kate, what case? We've got no damn case. We've got no damn case till we find out what happened to Johnny Dove. We got a suitcase, that's what we got, a suitcase full of marijuana. You bust Felix before you make the trade. We've got no case. Felix doesn't know what happened to Johnny Dove. We've got no case. Felix is out on bail. We've got no case.
So these guys are reassigned to desk duty. We are then introduced to the drug dealers who helpfully explain how Coldfire works.
You see,
Coldfire must be mixed with a suppressant chemical in order to tone down its potency.
Apparently, the only requirement to joining this drug ring is having a funny speaking voice.
Had I been there this morning, Victor, I would have prevented it. Your man Hagen was there. He allowed it to happen.
This morning's exchange was yours. It was not intended to involve Coldfire. We had instructions only to observe.
And you can thank your God that that was all that he was allowed to do.
After an extended sex scene out of nowhere, Nick thinks someone's breaking into their home, but it's just Jake who hasn't learned how to properly eat milk and cookies, amongst other things.
Hey, sorry about that, man. You know, I never learned to knock.
Jake and Nick discuss their career paths over some light Tai Chi.
You're getting real good at this ninja shit, Nicky.
It's not ninja. It's Shotokan. Say it! Shotokan!
It's Shotokan.
Jake tries hitting on his new office mates and is confused when it works. A real line from a real scene in a real movie.
I couldn't sleep last night. I kept thinking about you. You and that tight little ass of yours.
Nick is reassigned to another drug bust, and the captain lets him know he sees big things in his future, but isn't so sure about Jake. I'm sure glad they picked up McGruff the Crime Dog's audio in this scene, though.
Friends are no friends. I wasn't too sure about this partnership from the beginning, you know that. So it's up to you.
Good to know our drug dealers still find the time to share a nice meal with each other. The drug bust doesn't exactly go as planned. Jake tries to go ahead with the deal anyway to make the bust on his own. I'd say the exchange was going pretty seamlessly.
Police officer, asshole. You're under arrest.
After successfully making the bust, the chief thanks Jake in his own special way.
But you had no authorization! You had no backup! You had no knowledge of the situation whatsoever! You had nothing going for you but luck! And luck will not run this fucking department!
Care to take that line again?
Yes, sir! And Sergeant Lewis is taking care of it as of right now!
Guess not. Wings learns how the Coldfire drug works.
It stays in the bloodstream for months, and within that time, if the user becomes nervous or anxious or under pressure in some way, adrenaline starts flowing. At that point, the drug mixes with the adrenaline, and the user becomes insanely hyperactive.
Victor is angry that Sheldon let Coldfire get out in the open, so he gets the hose again. Is it just me, or is this the least intimidating villain of all time?
I didn't get to be where I am by being a kitty cat. I scratch.
Nick contemplates getting a new partner to advance his career.
I'm tired of having to buy this generic shit.
We learned Sheldon's decision not to get the sofa love seat combo was a mistake, but at least things are starting to come together.
I want you to follow those two cops.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to keep me updated.
Okay.
Go!
Wings drops back into the film to give Nick some encouragement. After a routine drug bust where they find some Coldfire, Jake comes up with another stupid plan.
So, Branoff doesn't know what Luther looks like. Luther does not know what Branoff looks like.
Yeah?
Follow my lead, dude.
It goes about as well as you'd imagine. After being congratulated by the captain again...
You come back to my office tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Go home, cool off. And you better be carrying the Holy Bible with you. And bring your fucking badge, too!
Jake has a drinking montage.
No one beside me, not one familiar face. The walk is cold and lonely when nobody walks.
The dealer from earlier calls Nick because he's afraid of Coldfire, and he tells them about Victor, who created it. We learn that Coldfire isn't just a street drug, it's a communist plot.
Listen to this. America is decaying from within due to street violence, drugs, and a general decadence of morality. Rather than attack it from the outside with nuclear warheads, would it not be wiser to attack it internally with the weapons such as Coldfire.
Wings shows up again to let Nick know that his wife has been kidnapped by Victor. Nick, Jake, and Wings head to the underpass to confront Victor. After giving back the Coldfire, Sheldon makes his move.
Now, you see, I am a man of my word.
You just knew this guy was gonna monologue.
I own it all. I own the drugs. I own the people. I own you. I own the bitch. I even own your firstborn.
Sheldon reaches peak Bond villain levels, torturing Maria in front of Nick. Nick punches Sheldon in the dick.
You respect this.
Wings and Jake shoot everyone. Nick blows up a car but catches a bullet. Sheldon makes his escape, but Wings and Jake corner him into crashing his car, and since this is a PM film, well, you know what that means. The captain and McGruff show up to congratulate everyone, and Nick and Jake make up, I guess. Wings asks the question we've all been wondering since he made this beautiful disaster.
What about my ass? Who the hell's gonna pad it?
Coldfire is a mess, but it's an amazing mess. You can see lighting rigs in every interior scene, the boom mic has more on-screen time than Wings Hauser himself, and the script is so full of nonsensical one-liners and terrible cop tropes, you'll get whiplash just trying to follow it all. Michael Easton is completely unhinged as Jake. He never comes off as cool or in control, and every second he's on screen, he's unbelievable. Robert Viharo is channeling some Cameron Mitchell levels of anger as the police chief, which is endlessly amusing. The drug dealers are portrayed as cartoon-level idiots, so when their plot is revealed to be more than just dealing narcotics, it's completely laughable. For a PM film, there's actually almost no explosions or action sequences, save for the final 5 minutes of the movie, but the script is so weird and off the wall, you'll be laughing every second of the movie anyway. You may need a group viewing just to keep up with every insane thing that happens in this film, so that's why I'm giving this my Badurday rating of Watch with Friends. Well, that's all the time we have this Badurday. If you liked the review, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more. And if you have a movie you'd like to see reviewed here, let me know about it down in the comments.
Oh, this isn't some B movie. Just do what you're told, for Christ's sake.
Shut up!